I started from the garage. And with the garage, I had the space, but I didn't have the money. So I even took a quick loan from MTN.
This is the growth strategy, where clarity meets purpose and purpose fuels growth.
All right, so welcome to the growth strategy, where we turn insights into action and growth into lifestyle. Today, we are exploring starting and validating a business, and I am joined by Mr. Samuel. Samuel is a very incredible young entrepreneur in Ghana who is doing amazingly well in the footwear business, and I am glad to have him on. A quick one, I'll let Samuel introduce himself. Welcome, Samuel.
Thank you.
So who is Samuel?
So my name is Samuel Kumi Jau, and I'm a shoemaker from Accra, Ghana. The name of my business is Gold Coast Tokuta. So what we basically do is we help people from the diaspora reconnect with their heritage through footwear.
Okay.
That's the very first one. And secondly, too, we use waste, ocean-bound waste, to actually make the footwear.
That's amazing. I would want to know what was the vision behind this whole Gold Coast Tokuta.
So I'll just say just three things.
Okay.
I got the inspo by observing three things at the same time. So the first one was waste. The second one was actually untapped opportunities. And the last one was lack of empowerment.
Okay.
For waste, I partly grew up in Labadi. So Labadi is a coastal suburb of Accra, where fishing is more than a livelihood. But as a kid, I witnessed something heartbreaking. Instead of small-scale fishermen in my community bringing in fishes, they were huddling ocean-bound waste, such as plastics, water containers, denim, and also car size. That's the first one. That's the waste component of it. The second one is actually untapped opportunities, in the sense that before going to the university, a friend of mine gave me a locally made footwear, like let's say slippers. And I was just like, oh, Charlie, these slippers, the level 100 boy, I will carry go everywhere. So one of my mentors was booked for an event in my school. So I was just like, oh, this one, I will take this particular footwear to this special event. But on the day of the event, I got to know the slippers wasn't in good form.
Okay.
And I was just like, well, let me just go around campus to see if, let's say, I can repair it before going. By the time that I was done, they were also done with the event. So I couldn't meet this favorite mentor of mine. And the last one, being lack of empowerment, will be still in school. When we were kids in school and we were asked what you want to become in future, Francis, what did you say?
We all wanted to become the pilot, the lawyers, the judges, and the likes.
Yes. So no one said he wanted to become a shoemaker. Why? Just because there were no structures, there were no systems. It wasn't that lucrative. And for some time, everyone thought shoemaking was actually for, like, Charlie, not the too sharp people. So if you go to school now, and now you're shoemaking, right? So this is actually the three things that I observed at the same time, and it shaped everything that we do at Gold Coast Tokuta. So currently, what we are doing at Gold Coast Tokuta is we've transitioned our space into a cultural hub, whereby school-going kids can come around and learn about culture, can learn about sustainability, can learn about craftsmanship, and also innovation, right? That's the very first one. The second one, as at the time that I explained about waste. Now, we are using ocean-bound waste like plastics, water containers, car ties to actually make the shoes.
Okay.
So this is actually some of the few reasons why we started Gold Coast Tokuta and why we are still in business.
I know starting a business, most especially in Ghana, is not a joke. And considering the fact that you have ventured into an industry where it's very difficult to grow, because I know most people that are doing this shoes and sandals business, it's not easy for them because there are a lot of competition, most especially people bring in second-hand shoes and other things from abroad to come and sell. So it breeds a whole lot of competition. What really motivated you, or what was the story behind how you first stepped into entrepreneurship?
Okay, so I'll just say it's just because of my background.
Okay.
My mom is Kwewu, my dad is Ashanti.
Okay.
So I think growing up, it has always been about business. When I was in school, SHS, I did business. First degree, I did business admin accounting. And second, I tried doing second degree, and that one was actually about finance. So it has always been about like the business background that I had as at the time that I was growing up. Because if you have to start a business in Ghana, me being realistic about what I'm saying now, it has never been easy. Because now friends and families are not even going to believe in what you are building.
That is it.
Just because you have the vision. And for this one, it translates into everything that we do. Even if we biblically, if I'm to talk about the Noah story, Noah had the vision to actually build an ark for God, right?
Exactly.
A lot of people didn't believe in him.
Yeah.
So no one is actually going to believe in you if you have a vision too. Because I quite remember I used to tell people, Charlie, me, I can't do an animal way. It's going to be a game changer. But at that time, the only animal that we knew is actually the ones with the nails and the ones with the hard materials, the uncomfortable ones, right? So now you having the vision, Charlie, you are on your own. No one is actually going to bet their money on you.
Yeah.
But supposing if, let's say, you are lucky out of the starting blocks, whereby you were able to move from zero, from the ground up to maybe level 1. That's actually when people will be like, oh, Charlie, this guy now knows say you go make a move. So that's always been the story.
Okay. So from what you just shared, making me understand, even if you have the vision, sometimes the environment you find yourself, people do not even believe in you that it can be possible. At what moment you, Sam, realize that the idea you have to become a shoemaker can become a real business?
I think the turning point actually came when I was in school. So I noticed like a problem with the footwear industry or the leather space in Ghana, right? So whilst I was in school, I started training myself to become a shoemaker, alongside doing my business admin, because my dad is always of the narrative that before you'll be called a son, you have to get him a degree. So I was doing the degree for my dad, but alongside I was actually learning shoemaking for myself. Yeah.
Okay.
So right after graduating from school, it dawned on me to actually start Gold Coast Tokuta. And I didn't want to be like any other shoemaker. I just wanted to change the game. So what I did differently was actually doing a lot of research, because the research will make you different. So I started doing a lot of research. Yes, for you to stand out. So with the research, I did a lot of things. We researched about literally everything. I started buying from all the competitors that I knew in Ghana. So me buying from them wasn't just about me buying products. I just wanted to understand their pricing points. I just wanted to understand their customer service. I just wanted to even know the kind of material that they use for their products. And also how I can leverage on that to actually make me better. Even to the extent of, I even told myself, I don't want to become a Ghana-made brand. I want to become an African-inspired. Because this tagline differentiates us. Not just differentiates, it translates to everything that we do currently at Gold Coast Tokuta. In the sense that for me to become an African-inspired brand, I can't stay in Hacho and decide for someone in Namibia, right? So I took a trip to South Africa. I made some posts in 2022. Took it to South Africa because I just wanted to know how people are going to perceive my brand if I'm to start. The reaction was very massive. So that was in 2022. January 2023, that's when I started Gold Coast Tokuta. Right? So the turning point was actually the research that I did. That people validated the idea that, oh, Charlie, if you are to do it this way, if you are to do it that way, you're actually going to make some differences. In the sense that, what's the name? The old Ahinema that we have is made of hard materials. It's very uncomfortable. So how can we be better? We now, Gold Coast Tokuta, we sit in a space whereby we make orthopedic Ahinema. If I'm to say orthopedic, it's very comfortable. Now, we are not using hard materials. We are not using nails. So that's actually what's making us different. That's what's making us stand out. So that was actually the turning point for Gold Coast Tokuta at the early stages. Yeah.
Very amazing, and I'm glad to be hearing all this story behind Gold Coast Tokuta. I've known you for some time now, and proud to all this research, is there any assumption that you made whilst navigating around this idea that completely went wrong? Because you didn't really wanted to serve a specific market. You wanted to be
Yes.
an international brand. Is there an assumption that you held? Because when people are starting a business, everybody feels like, oh, I can start a business and in no time I have my business here, I have my business here, and I'll be serving a whole lot of clientele base, and I'll be a top-notch business guru and blah 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 blah. You might have had most of these assumptions or some specific strategy you thought could probably work out for you. Were there few or some of these assumptions that you had that completely went wrong?
I think it's a general thing, right?
Okay.
And it boils down to like the traits of a successful entrepreneur, right? Because before starting, you might be thinking, Charlie, me that I'm coming in right now, I'll be cost effective even more than my competitors. You might be thinking, maybe you just out, like you sell more than them. But these are actually assumptions that we normally put in our heads, and it's not helping because you have to actually be in the field to actually see how it is. Because I've always been saying this, entrepreneurship is actually a practice thing, not a theory thing, right? So you have to practice it to understand it. Before starting Gold Coast Toguta, I told you that when we're doing this business, we are using ocean boundaries like car size and other things to actually make it. The assumption was like, Charlie, are people going to wear waste? In the sense that you are using car size. How many people will just buy into these ideas? Because if you have to talk about sustainability, it's highly practiced in the European countries, in the other side of the world, not in Africa. But surprisingly, a lot of people bought into our idea of reusing sustainable materials like car size. I was really shocked. I was really shocked because the real challenge wasn't the products. The real challenge was actually rebuilding systems for production. The real challenge was actually consistency. The real challenge was actually rescaling the handcrafted manufacturing whilst maintaining quality. That was actually the actual problem. But before I started, the assumption was like, hey, Charlie, I can't use car ties. So will people like it? That wasn't the problem. That was actually an assumption. But the actual problem was actually rebuilding systems for production. Yeah.
Proud to all these things. Whilst you were going through your market research as a young boy who has intended to start up a business, what steps or what stages did you go through? Because I think in as much as you were a young guy as at then, you weren't having the capital. So did you really follow up a systematic approach to be able to come up with this idea?
Okay, so me, I've always been saying I'm crazy because you have to be crazy to be an entrepreneur. That's number one. Because it's about you doing the odd things, right? And number two is actually I was lucky out of the starting blocks. So unlike the way people have to struggle, though I struggled, I wouldn't say I'll never say that I never struggled. I struggled, but I was lucky out of the starting blocks because I actually got a chance to even start from a garage. A garage in the sense that I was just like, let me just do what I have to do what I want to do. There's actually a thin line between it. They both are not the same. So I started with what I have, like as in the resources that I have as at that time. The resource that I had as at that time was actually a garage. So I started from the garage. And with the garage, I had the space, but I didn't have the money. So I even took a quick loan from MTN. A quick loan of 2,000 Ghana cedis. I've always been saying this, but now I'm not popular, so I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now so that in the nearby future, 10 years from now, if I'm to say, Ghanaians wouldn't say, challenges where they lie.
They lie.
So I took a quick loan from MTN quick loan and I went straight to Kumasi because supposing let's say you want shoemaking materials, it's Kumasi, not Accra. So I went to Kumasi and I bought myself, I remember vividly, I bought myself a filing machine and also last and some few leathers to start with. I brought them to Accra and we're just doing it like small. Let me just put it that way. And let me tell you one funny story. So now I have the filing machine, I have the last, I have the materials, but sewing machine or having a sewing machine is very key in shoemaking. I didn't have a sewing machine. And the only place that I can do my sewing is actually in Kantamanto.
Okay.
So I'll prepare everything in Hacho. Take a Trotsky to Kantamanto to sew them and bring them back before I can work on them.
Wow.
Some months into it, 4 months into commencement, we actually made some good sales, and I was just like, let me get myself a sewing machine.
Okay.
And now, by the grace of God, the stage that we've got into, we have 7 sewing machines.
Wow.
So what I'm just trying to say is, it's about you looking within your circle. Don't overlook, just within you. What are the resources that you have currently that you can use? So I've always been saying this about business. Business is the application of skills for commercial enterprise. So it's about you being content with what you have now. Because a lot of people are always of the narrative that you need to have huge capital to actually start a business. No, you just need a skill. Because supposedly, if let's say you have all the money in the world, you need a skill to actually manage the business. So that's actually what I have to say.
Is entrepreneurship actually a mindset?
Yes.
It's a mindset.
Yes.
How does it become a mindset?
Okay, so let me cast your mind back to the 80s, right? There was actually, should I say, an agenda that entrepreneurs are born but not made. That was actually in the 80s, let's say in the 20th century. But currently, entrepreneurs are made, because I was playing it from this angle. We have intrapreneur and we have entrepreneur, right? So there can actually be like someone who doesn't have a business background, because in Ghana, we always say the Kwelus, the Ashantis are the business people, right? But now we have Gans and Ewes who are really doing well in the business space. Because now we have intrapreneur. There can actually be someone, right, who is understanding you. Me, the thing that worked for me is actually the people that I worked for when I graduated from school.
Okay.
Because right after graduating from school, we've just changed our bio to, oh, I'm the youngest CEO. I'm the youngest, what's the name? Director. It doesn't make sense. You just have to work for people. I graduated from university in 2017. I told myself, I'll be working for people for 10 years. So now we're in 2026. I'm still working for people. That's one of the benefits that I've enjoyed working for people. If I'm to make any mistake, as it stands now, it's on the person's balance sheet. No, I'm not the one paying for.
Okay.
Working for people will allow you to even understand systems. You know, you move from A to B to C to D. That's actually how you understand the bureaucratic system of how things move.
Okay.
Working for people, we even give you the contacts. So now, supposing if I'm to get someone who knows nothing about shoemaking, right? And the person is to understudy me. Let's give ourselves plus or minus 3 years. The person can even call himself a shoemaker. And I have currently my operations manager is 22. Right after graduating from school, I told her that, Charlie, please bring him. They brought him to Accra, and I've been with him for 3 years. And 3 years now, he knows everything about the business. If this boy is to make an ahenema and mine, there's nothing like, you don't see any difference. So everything boils down to the mindset. Everything boils down to how you perceive things. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you can. If not, we can give you all the books in this world, and you can't.
So I will agree to the latter you mentioned, that if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's the mindset. Else, we can give you all the books in the world and you will not be able to. Because I've seen people that are coming from rich homes, that their parents are able to set up businesses for them and they are unable to make it work. This will let me ask you this. Are you coming from a rich home?
Rich is subjective, because I left when I was 15. Yeah. So I've always been a street boy. I was going to school, that's all.
Okay.
Because there were certain decisions that I had to make as at my formative year. Yes. Because there was actually that comfortability. If you had to go home, you get that comfortability. But I was just like, let me just do it the hardest way. So we were actually on the streets. And we actually did a lot of things. And we've done a lot of things. Yes. So I'm not from a rich home.
All right. So I'm just deducing something from what you just said, and I have a question to ask you about that. Because most people say that school is scam. Okay. And as someone who broke out from home at the age of 15 years, and now seeing yourself doing well in the entrepreneurship, you were on the street, you went to school. How has the combination of your school idea and the street ideas combined to give you success in what you are doing at the moment?
Okay, so I think school to me is actually the game changer, because I've always heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Charlie, school they be scam. The things we move for school, say if you are not using it." See, we are using everything.
Okay.
Because the last time Shatawali said something that the power R square that we did in school, what do we use it for? Not to drag him, but come on. That's mathematics, right? Because it's circle. Now, let's remove the mathematics from there and call it calculation and reasoning. Let's just be realistic. Everything that we do in this world is calculation.
Yeah.
Now, before even setting up my camera, you were just like, "Oh, Charlie, tilt yourself small, go back, do this." That's calculation.
Exactly.
Right? So everything that I learned in school I'm actually applying it in my business. Let's view from this angle. I went to school. I did business admin, accounting. So when it comes to Excel, when it comes to Google Sheets, like I'm supposed to be a pro in it. Now I've established a business. And for my business, whether you've been to school or not, you are supposed to use a Google Sheets. I've established a business, right? What am I doing differently? For you to be a business owner, we always say that business owners are very bossy in Ghana, right? But the game changer for me is I employ people who know more than me. Okay. And I'm able to do that just because I went to school. I said I did accounting in school. My CFO is a chartered accountant. Okay. Now I can use Canva to design, but I have a graphic designer. Okay. With this graphic designer, if he's to do something, just because I've been to school, just because I know how to navigate Canvas, I can just tell him like things that he's not doing right. Great. I have salespeople. With the salespeople, me, Charlie, I get vibes. But I've employed people who know more than me. So in my business, I'm not even the smartest in the room. Okay. I'm just the one connecting the dots. Okay. And I can do all these things just because I've been to school. Okay. If you have to come to my office, I've always been telling people I'm the only shoemaker in Ghana who has a printer. Okay. Funny enough. Yes. Why will I buy a printer? Just because I know the essence of it. But let's just be realistic. A typical shoemaker will be like, "Oh, Charlie, the money that I was using, the printer was actually 3.54K. I can use that one to get letters." But just because of the school factor, it's as if it has positioned me in a space whereby I even go for conferences. Okay. The last time I was in Dubai just to talk. Okay. If you know this school, I can go there. Now let's talk even about networking. If you have to see the despite and things, what are you going to tell them? But school will actually give you that leverage so that you just know how to approach things. I've always been saying this. If you have to see my brand, I just want you to think about two things. Charlie, this boy, you travel. Secondly, Charlie is educated. That's it. Simple. Because the school components, you can actually feel the school components in everything that we do in my business. From production to infrastructure to architecture to design to like as in the creative aspects to sales to delivery to even distribution. Just because of the school factor. Oh, okay. So to me, school is actually the game changer. All right. If you ever get a chance, this is actually my advice to the young people. if you ever get a chance, go to school. Because I always wake up at 1 a.m. and I have to read till morning.
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
every blessed day.
Wow.
I love reading.
Wow.
Yes. Because if I'm to sleep, I wake up at 12 to do half hour. After half hour, I can't sleep again. So I'll just be
we've had
reading. I'll just be doing my
share the
little
link.
things.
Share the link. That's
Share the link.
great.
Me, I did share the link pass.
That's
share the link
nice.
pass.
That's nice.
Yes. So I have to just from 1 a.m. I'll just be reading. I'll just be working on some few and on some documents. I just want to know more. Because Gold Coast Tokuta, we've gotten to the state that we are now just because of learning. So if you have to come to my business and you don't learn, learning is not about you learning to go and write an exam, but you should know something. So if you are my worker, you're supposed to, let's say you're a salesperson, I can just tell you to actually, Charlie, just watch this movie. Charlie, read about this. Oh, Charlie, I bought this book. Oh. I have this popular book that I've always been reading, The Mafia Manager. I'll just buy that book and just drop it to you. Charlie, read this and know more. Because the things that I know, you are supposed to know. So that we can have better conversations.
Okay.
Let me just give you a typical example. Supposing if, let's say, you drive, but your girlfriend doesn't.
Okay.
And maybe there's an issue of which you are not feeling well. Who is going to drive you to the hospital? So me, all the things that I know, you are supposed to know. Not for you to be like me, but you should know something.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
So school has always been a game changer for me.
I've really gotten a lot from this one. So, assuming I have a business idea, but I don't have a budget, and I'm supposed to validate this idea in the next 7 days, what should be the first thing to do?
Okay, so I think it's about you using the available resources that you have. So we go to Gold Coast Tokuta. When I started, I used the available resources that I had at that time. Because it's about you focusing on direct conversations. I started it. I made some few pairs. I posted on social media. People started buying, and I was just like, okay, so now let me have direct conversations with the customers, because the end goal is actually the customer, right? So I started having direct conversations to actually see their reactions. So the customers will even teach you how to go about it. They will even teach you how to market it. So with us, customer feedback is very essential in our business, in the sense that if a customer is to buy from us, within 24 hours after delivery, a different person, a salesperson, will just reach out to the customer and be like, oh, Charlie, you bought from Gold Coast Tokuta. We are very grateful for you buying from us. Now, any feedback for us, then the customer will be like, oh, Charlie, when the delivery guy was coming, he insulted me, he did this, he did that, he did A, B, C, D, Z. Because we just wanted to know their reaction. Or the customer can be like, oh, Charlie, this thing, the sewing, you use black, next time use gold. It's about you being content with what you have currently and capitalizing on that. Because because I've always been saying that real validation comes from behavior, not compliment. So it's about you understand the patterns of the customers, or you understand the patterns of the end users. The moment you are able to do that, you are good to go. So the first one is 1, use available resources, and 2, just probe more to get feedback from the end users and also the customers.
Okay. As Gold Coast Tokuta, you are navigating yourself. I'm just focused on when it all started as Gold Coast Tokuta. You know, when you start a business, you need to build system that will enable you to scale up. Is there any systems that or any initiatives that you took and then you realize that, oh no, this initiative is too early or this is not going to work? How were you able to distinguish between these two? This is too early, this is not going to work.
Okay, I think everything boils down to timing.
Okay.
Right? So when we started, there were a lot of, the whole idea was actually to transition from manual production to semi-automation.
Okay.
So that means we will need a lot of machinery. Right?
Yeah.
But we didn't even have the space. We didn't even have the space when we started, because it was actually like a garage. like a garage. So how are we going to do it? And we're just like, okay, now we'll use the materials that we have, but we'll place more emphasis on timing. Now the timing is right. If I want like 10 filing machines, I have a space for it. So for the early days, you have to be just simple. The moment you are simple about your, like, as in the things that you are working on. Give time some time. Things will fall into pleasant places for you, because everything. Secondly, too, it boils down to, like, as in consistency, right? We were consistent about everything that we do, because there was a time that we were very low on cash, but we didn't want to compromise on quality. So how are we going to go about it? It's about we being content with what we have. It's about we using what we have, because the market was still developing. Even currently, the market is still developing, right? So we are not going to spend so much on machinery. We are not going to spend so much on materials. Let's just be content with what you have. So if we move from 2 pairs to 5 pairs to 10 pairs, then we started consistently. We started seeing the numbers. So now we're becoming a household name in Ghana, because even got to a time when Astro Speed was in town, we're the ones who made this Ahinema.
Wow.
We started just 3 years ago. Because I've always been saying we are the last baby of all shoemakers in Ghana. So time matters. Yes.
Okay. But did you start anything that didn't work, and you realized, no, I started this thing very early?
I think it would be for shoes. When we started, we just wanted to make shoes.
Okay.
Right? But we sat down as management and we're just like, we should be known for something, and we want to be known for Ahinema. So let's concentrate on the Ahinema. Now, after 3 years, we are making the Ahinema and we are making the shoes alongside. But at that time, it didn't work. Because for you to make shoes, you need a lot of machines. But Ahinema is actually using basic tools.
Okay.
So after that time, when we started in 2023, making shoes didn't work, but Ahinema worked. Ahinema and slippers worked after that time. But now we give time some time. The Ahinema and the slippers are working alongside we making the shoes.
So this take me to, I have an idea, but my idea is just on paper. What will distinguish between an idea on a paper from an idea that is going to succeed?
Okay. I don't really believe in ideas. I believe in execution. Because we all have ideas. We have some wild dreams being. They are deadly. But it only becomes valid when I execute it. So how are you going to go about it? You have to start small. Then you test quickly. So we started Gold Coast to start small, but we actually had that global focus, right? We started small. We tested quickly. And what actually helped us was actually adaptation. We adapted very continuously. Like every day we're trying to do something. If you have to see, Charlie's person doing this, how can we Gold Coast to tap into it? Then we also try it. Then the last one will actually be you keeping going through uncertainty. Because business is about you taking that leap of faith. It's not about you seeing the whole staircase. It's about you taking that leap of faith. The moment you have to do it, you see that things will just fall into pleasant places for you. Because ideas become real when action, systems, and resilience are added to the vision. I've always been saying this.
Okay.
Yes. So take the leap of faith, start small, test quickly, and keep going through uncertainties. Because uncertainties it will come. Right? So you just keep going.
Okay. In doing all this, how did you factor out your risk mitigations as an entrepreneur, someone who is now starting? How did you consider risk?
Okay, so with the risk mitigation, what we did was, supposing if let's say we are to do something and it doesn't go well, we go back to the drawing board. So we know, okay, we are supposed to do this, we are supposed to do that. Okay, maybe the first approach we used A. Why don't you try B? Because I'll give you a typical scenario. There's power fluctuations in Ghana, and for us not to distort our production line, we actually told ourselves, what can we do differently? Though it's capital intensive, or just like Charlie, let's get solar. Now, after getting the solar, we've mitigated the risk of not meeting deadlines. Another scenario would be the cost of materials is actually on the high. So as a business, how do we go about it? So alternatively, we are using things that people consider it to be waste. Because one is cost effective. Two, in terms of as in getting it's way easier. In terms of production, we've actually grown to a situation whereby we can work with car size even more than the material that we have in town. And now we are saving the planet. People are actually buying into this idea, right? So the moment you're able to do this, you're able to reduce the risk of high cost of leather or high cost of inventory. So that was actually how we went about it at Gold Coast Tokuta.
Great one. Is there a moment, either a win or a mistake, that really shaped how you approach new ideas? It could either be a win or a mistake. Have you ever had?
I'll just talk about the win, because as entrepreneurs as we are, we don't want to talk about our mistakes. So it will actually be a win.
Okay.
Now, I said we've grown to a situation whereby we've transitioned our space into a cultural hub. So the last time a school visited us, because me, I'm of the narrative that I want to empower and also train a lot of, I wouldn't say youth, as in school going kids, so that 10 to 15 years from now, most of them will proudly say that they are shoemakers because of Gold Coast Tokuta. So a school visited us, a school from North Legon visited our space to learn about culture, creativity, and craftsmanship. And we went through the process. After everything, we gave them flyers to be given to their parents or maybe their guidance, right? 3 days prior to they visiting us, a grandma called that her daughter said she wants to become a shoemaker. But when the daughter said it on a normal day, she would have said, "No, Charlie, shoemaker day is for people who are poor." But she wants to visit our space to see how it's like. So she came on there like, okay, now I understand why my daughter wants to become a shoemaker. So it was actually a game-changing moment for us, because we actually felt beyond the money, what are we doing to actually empower people? Beyond the money, what are we doing, like impact-wise, what are we doing? And it has changed a lot of things. Now we're encouraging more schools to visit us to learn about creativity and also craftsmanship.
It's a very good initiative too, and it will really give a lot of people to a lot of skills outside what they are also learning in the classroom. What is one growth decision that you made? Because sometimes I'm just thinking from the perspective of you when you even wanted to start this whole business. You'll be thinking through the challenges that might come your way, how you're going to overcome it, and sometimes even the external environment, the government regulations, how you're going to deal with competitors and other things. What's one growth decision that changed your life throughout this whole chapter?
Okay, so I think that would be scaling, because there are levels to this entrepreneurship that we are doing. Of which, if you have to start and you are in class 1, the only thing that you talk about is product. So when we started, oh Charlie, they even got to a time I was telling people we did do Ahinema, we go Harvard. Just because of the way that we were able to modernize Ahinema. We're also telling people that we did do Ahinema, we get skincare routine. Because it was totally different from the old one. But now you are making the products. An investor will ask you how you get into the customers. That's distribution. That's level 2. So now for Gold Coast Tokuta, we don't talk about products, the features of our products. The only thing that we talk about is actually distribution, because we've moved from product to distribution. Our flagship shop is located in Hacho, right? But apart from that, we have 10 satellite stations in Accra. So if you want Gold Coast, if you want something from Gold Coast to Kuten, you are enraged. You don't have to come to Hacho. We have a partnership with a brand that you can just go and buy. Supposing, let's say you are in Osu, we have 2 shops in Osu. Now, outside Ghana, we have 2 shops in Nairobi. We have 2 shops in London. We have 1 shop in Miami. We are in Joburg. We are in Dubai. We are in Kigali. We are in Lagos. We are in Abidjan.
Wow.
That's for level 2. Level 3 is ecosystem. Now, Gold Coast to Kuta, 2 years from now, I will step down as the CEO of the business for someone to take over. Why? Just because the main focus is actually for us to establish a cattle farm in the northern part of Ghana, make our own leathers, and use some in the business and sell some. So in 2024, I visited the biggest leather company in East Africa, which is located in Nairobi, up to Mombasa. I learned a lot because that's actually how I want our business to be. So if you had to ask me like what we've done differently, I'll just say it's scaling. How we've been able to scale from just product to distribution to we venturing into ecosystem. Yeah.
So before I end this whole session, whilst you were going by your entrepreneurship, did you have any role model that you were seeking advice or taking counseling from?
I'll just say my mom. Yes, my mom was always there. Because supposing if let's say I'm to get caught up with a challenge, I explain to her, then she will advise me about how to go about it. Right? My mom has never been to school, but when it comes to business, I told you my background. When it comes to business, she'll just tell you, do it A, B, C, D, Z. And the moment you have to do it, you are good to go. So it has always been my mom. And she was my first customer too.
Oh, okay. All right. So thank you very much, Sam. I think you've shared a lot of insights with how you've gone about and scaling up into what Gold Coast to Kuta is now. What is your final word to anyone that is wanting to be an entrepreneur?
The first thing I would say is delay gratification. Because before starting a business, just ask yourself, are you in for lifestyle or you are in for legacy? The moment you're able to answer this simple question, it helps you to understand everything that you're about to do. As in whether you are just in for the flashy aspect of it or you want to build a legacy to leave it for your generation. So the first one will be delay gratification. The second one will be money is not the physical things that we see. Money is people. Money is relationship. Okay. So if you ever get a chance, just build it. Just build a beautiful relationship. And this beautiful relationship will turn into money for you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel Jau of Gold Coast to Kuta. It's been an honor to have you on, and the insight that you've poured into this particular segment or episode on the growth strategy, on starting or validating a business. Thank you very much, my brother. And then we'll connect one more time. Yes, and I'll put your details up there if anyone also would want to connect so that they can reach out to you. It's been a pleasure having you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.